Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Victor's dig at Kyle after Cole's memorial left him in the doghouse with his wife, but nothing could have prepared us for what came next, and we couldn't have loved it more. Not only did Nikki finally stand up to her husband, but she laid the groundwork for a totally shocking alliance. One we were sure Genoa City would never see again. When Nikki asked Victor to stop trying to ruin Claire's happiness by going after Kyle and the Abbotts, he initially refused to back down as is typical, but then something surprising happened. The air around Nikki's disapproval was different this time, and he felt it. Softening, the mustache let his better half know that he'd hurt her. She'd made her point about life being too short. That said, this isn't going to stop the Black Knight from waging a war. Kane is an imminent threat, and young and restless, spoilers hint that Victor will ask Lily to board his revenge scheme. Meaning he's not about to put an end to his exhausting grievances anytime soon. But, if our hunch is correct, dynamics are set to change dramatically. In asking Victor to finally put an end to his crusade against the Abbotts, and her husband sorta agreeing, she's laid the groundwork for the shifting alliances that will be required to take on the formidable threat presented by Kane Ashby. We can't believe that's a thing, but here we are. Yes. We're suggesting that, as part of his revenge scheme against Kane, Victor will approach Jack about an alliance designed to take down their mutual foe as Ashby guns for every company in town. Shocking, we realize. Of course, they don't yet know exactly what's on Kane's agenda, but we're sure his massive power grab will end up being the latest worst-kept secret in Genoa City, given that Billy's now in the know. Would you like to see Victor and Jack team up? Vote. In the glitzy world of the young and the restless, power plays, buried secrets, and whispered betrayals are as common as champagne toasts at society, but every now and then, a character makes a move, so calculated, so unexpected, that it sends tremors through every corner of Genoa City. This week, that person is none other than the grande dame of Genoa City herself, Nikki Newman. Yes, Nikki, who has weathered decades of heartbreak, scandal, and more comebacks than a 90s pop star, just did something nobody saw coming. She extended an olive branch to her greatest rival, and in doing so, she may have set the stage for an alliance so shocking, it could redraw the entire power structure of Genoa City. Hold on to your martinis, because we're diving in. The Queen of Resilience makes her move. 4 months now, Nikki has been walking a tightrope between Victor's increasingly erratic behavior, Victoria's quiet power grabs at Newman Enterprises, and Nick's perpetual tug-of-war between heart and duty. Nikki has often been left playing referee to her own family's dysfunction, but beneath that polished exterior and those coolly delivered Nikki has been watching and waiting. Insiders may recall the heated exchange at the GCAC last week, when Nikki confronted her on-again, off-again frenemy Diane Jenkins. What started as a low-simmering argument about Kyle's business dealings ended in something far more intriguing. A cryptic comment from Nikki. "Sometimes the people we trust the least are the ones we need the most," she said, glass of Chardonnay in hand, her gaze unblinking. It wasn't just a throwaway line, it was a test balloon, a feeler. And Diane caught it, and didn't push back. That moment, that was the beginning. Enemies no more. Let's talk history. Nikki and Diane go together like oil and water. Over the years they've battled over men, companies, children, and reputations. Diane's long history of scheming, including faking her own death and trying to destroy the Newman family from the inside, left her persona non grata in Nikki's book for years. But what if time really can heal all wounds? With the Abbotts in disarray thanks to Jack's pill addiction and Kyle's increasing detachment from the family business, Diane finds herself in a precarious position, respected, but isolated. And for all of Nikki's influence, even she's beginning to feel the walls of her empire closing in. So maybe, just maybe, Nikki sees in Diane not a threat, but a tool. Or better yet, a partner. What's Nikki's endgame? Make no mistake, Nikki never makes a move without a long-term goal in mind. She learned from the master manipulator himself, Victor Newman, and Victor's recent mental lapses and business miscalculations have left her deeply concerned about Newman Enterprises' future. Victoria may be a savvy CEO, but her leadership has been challenged from all sides, from Adam's relentless ambition, to Audra's stealth power plays, and even Nate's not-so-subtle angling for control. Nikki's solution: build a parallel network of influence, one that exists outside the family drama. one that she alone commands. Enter Diane, with Diane's insider knowledge of both the Abbotts and Marchetti. Not to mention her past entanglements with Jack and Tucker. McCall, she brings valuable connections and leverage. Pair that with Nikki's social clout, her boardroom experience, and her underestimated ruthlessness. You've got a duo that could rival Victor and Jack at their most dangerous. This isn't about friendship, it's about mutual benefit and mutual destruction, if needed. But wait, there's more in a twist that even the most seasoned fans didn't see coming. There's talk that Nikki isn't stopping at Diane. The rumor mill is buzzing with whispers of a third player being looped into this unholy alliance, Phyllis Summers. Yes, you read that right. Phyllis, who's been bouncing between redemption and ruin, is reportedly at the center of an emerging power cell led by Nikki herself. It would be an alliance of former enemies, all women who have warred with each other in public and private, now banding together for reasons yet to be revealed. Let's pause and let that sink in. Nikki, Diane, and Phyllis. 3 women, each brilliant and dangerous in her own right. United by one goal, wresting control of Genoa, city's elite from the men who have ruled it for decades. Victor, Jack, Tucker, even Billy. Their time may be running out. What could this alliance mean? If Nikki truly succeeds in bringing Diane and Phyllis under her banner, it could change everything. Here's how. Corporate warfare. With Diane's knowledge of Jabot and Marchetti, and Phyllis's tech savvy and former links to Newman Media, Nikki could orchestrate corporate espionage on an unprecedented scale. This wouldn't be a hostile takeover, it'd be a silent coup. Social power shifts. Nikki commands Genoa City's social scene. A sudden pivot, say, freezing out Abby or pulling her support from Victoria's ventures would ripple through every gala, benefit, and boardroom. Family fallout. Victoria wouldn't take kindly to her mother forming secret alliances, nor would Nick or Adam. And let's not forget Summer, who just barely mended fences with Phyllis. Imagine her reaction if Phyllis joined forces with Diane. Jack's reckoning. Jack has always viewed Nikki as a trusted friend. Diane is his wife, and Phyllis, his most complicated relationship. If all 3 turned on him simultaneously, Jack might never recover, especially in his current fragile state. The bigger question, why now? It's no coincidence that Nikki is moving now. Victor is distracted, and quite possibly slipping. Adam is circling, hungry for control. Audra is making backroom deals with Tucker, and Victoria is growing impatient. The men of Genoa City are once again jostling for dominance. Nikki, for her part, has seen this pattern before, and she's decided not to play defense this time. She's going on the offensive by quietly assembling a coalition of underestimated women. She's rewriting the rules of power in Genoa City, no longer content to sit in the shadows while Victor calls the shots. Nikki is emerging as a power broker in her own right. One wild theory. Some fans believe this could be the early groundwork for Nikki running for political office again. With Diane and Phyllis as her campaign team, it sounds wild until you realize what Nikki has always done best. Rally public support. Take down adversaries. And reinvent herself. It's not just about saving Newman Enterprises anymore, it's about legacy. It's about control. And it's about proving that Nikki isn't just the matriarch of the Newman dynasty, she is the dynasty. Final thoughts. Genoa City will never be the same whether this alliance holds or eventually implodes in spectacular soap opera fashion. One thing is certain, Nikki has changed the game. For decades, Genoa City has been defined by rivalries. The Newmans versus the Abbotts, Victor versus Jack, Phyllis versus Diane. But now, the lines are blurring. New alliances are forming, and old enemies are discovering the value of shared enemies. It's a brave new world in Genoa City, and Nikki Newman is leading the charge. So pour yourself a glass of wine, cancel your plans, and keep watching, because the storm is coming. And Nikki Newman, she's the one who summoned it. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Update World 24 YouTube channel for more update news.